Welcome back to the BTB Show. Today we are breaking down another playoff series, and we are featuring the Detroit Pistons versus the Orlando Magic. And boy, oh boy, this is going to be a long series. It's going to be a fun series. A lot of ups and downs, but let's just get into it, man. I guess I'll start this one off. Omar started the last episode off. Magic, man, they came out to play. The biggest team I had going into the playoffs being on for our watch was the Orlando Magic. I feel like ending the season off, they didn't really prove a lot to me. Paulo Banchero was very inconsistent. Other role players, Wendell Carter, didn't really seem bought in on the defensive end. But to their credit, they completely proved me wrong. Jalen Suggs absolutely started off the game hot. I think he knocked down 3 of his first threes. After that, he kind of completely cooled down from 3, but whatever. I think those first threes were a huge momentum swing for the team overall. And they look great, man. Everybody was in window. I wouldn't have thought going into the game that Wendell Carter would outplay Jalen Duren, but obviously that was apparent. Shout out to Angel Reese. I know there is some funny stuff online about the post she made between those two. Cool. I'm not here for all that drama, but it was kind of funny. Other than that, I think Desmond Bane honestly didn't have the best showing, and that just kind of shows you that there's another level this Magic team can take additionally to what they did in game 1, which is a little bit scary. And Paulo Banchero, man, he's kind of proven himself to me. Biggest thing I was looking at starting in the play-in, he kind of elevated his game. He's a guy we talked about all season long, not being consistent on the offensive end, very inefficient. To kind of close out the season, I don't want to be too critical, but now recently he's kind of bought into that role of being the main scorer and also balancing, getting his teammates involved. I think he's been a great playmaker, great rebounder, and kind of balancing his overall game. So shout out to Paulo Banchero. I think the only way the Magic keep this up is if he stays aggressive. If Paulo is not being that guy, it does not force doubles. It does not give other guys open looks on this roster. So Paulo Banchero, he's off of my fraud watch for now. That could change, obviously, game to game. We're chilling with that. But the biggest thing for me this game was a fourth quarter masterclass by Franz Wagner. That dude was hooping. He was taking the ISO every single time and going up on anybody. And that's the scary thing about this Pistons team. They do not have a lot of wings. Aside from Asor Thompson, it's going to be really hard for them to guard the Magic. I mean, Franz is 6'10". Paulo's around 6'10" as well. Two different body types, but both of those guys are able to get to the paint easily. It's going to be a long and physical series for the Pistons, and other guys have to step up. So for me, I think the Pistons have to adjust their defensive game plan, especially late to close out games. And also, you got to knock down shots. Tobias Harris, I'm talking to you. You are the veteran on this team. 1 for 7 from 3 is not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. Cade Cunningham, I'll make this rant. Cade Cunningham is the only guy I feel like on the offensive end who really showed up. He played 40 minutes and ended with around 40 points. I don't know if it was 39. I forget, it was somewhere around there.
It was 39, yeah, you got it.
Okay, 39. The fact that he just came from having a collapsed lung to playing 40 minutes in the playoff game, giving it all and shooting efficiently, and you guys couldn't bring yourself to score 20-plus points with him. Talking to you, Jalen Duren, someone who was considered for a most improved player, and you can't get double figures. Someone who's supposed to have 20-plus points in this game versus a Wendell Carter. Disappointing, man. And I think the Pistons have a lot to work on the offensive end. And if they don't, doesn't matter how much defense you play. If you can't outscore the Magic, you're not going to win these games. So for me, I think looking into game 2, I expect the Pistons to win. Basically, the last thing I'll say about the Pistons in general is they have not won a home game in the playoffs since 2008. Next game, I'm calling a hot take. They are going to win. They have to win. I think getting that shadow off of their organization will help for a smooth playoff run for them as a first seed.
See, I really do agree with you, Earl. I think I think we talked about momentum in our last episode about the Knicks and about the Knicks and the Hawks. I think it kind of goes into the same thing here with the Orlando Magic, matter of fact.
Yeah.
I really think they played really good basketball, and I think on paper, this Orlando Magic team was supposed to be better than the Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons outplayed expectations this year, keeping that 1 seed and keeping themselves intact, while the Orlando Magic kind of fell and kind of showed us that, you know what, maybe we are kind of injured, maybe we don't belong here just yet. And boy, oh boy, did they prove us wrong and got healthy at the right time. I mean, they got healthy. They just got healthy. I think Franz came back like 5 games ago, not including any playoff games, man. It was not that far off, and they were still trying to find a way to work together. They were trying to, because after being all season and not really playing together, and then on top of that, like you said, and I think it's a really valid point, Paolo and Franz are two bigger guys, and when you really go into it and you really look at the differences between them, the Detroit Pistons have to find two different defensive sets to guard both of them at the same time. That's going to be really hard to do with them on the same at the same time on the same floor. And for that reason, I really feel like with the experience that this Orlando Magic team already has against the Cleveland Cavaliers last year, and with Detroit Pistons, who some of these guys that are already on the roster haven't really gotten to the playoffs yet and are not really there yet, it's going to affect them. And I think Orlando gets this series just based off of momentum, man. I'm not sure if they get one on the road again. Maybe that does go to Detroit. Maybe they get their first win since 2008, or maybe Detroit gets both in Orlando. I guess we'll see. Maybe they just both need to wake the hell up. But I mean, if Cade Cunningham dropped 39 and he played 40 minutes and nobody else improved offensively, that's a big problem. And again, we're looking at Jalen Duren with 3 shot attempts. That's inexcusable, man.
Yep.
You're their number 2. I was talking about that the other day. You can't have 2 shots in a quarter or in a half. You're our second best player. The same thing goes for him. But guys, let us know what you guys think in the comment section here, guys. Do you guys think Orlando straight up wins based off of momentum, or do you guys think this is going to be a long series, takes place 6-7 games? My personal take, wow, God, is 5 games. Earl, what do you think?
I think it's going 7.
Think it's going 7? I think that's a good take. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. And peace.